Hi, good evening. Welcome back to the Gen series. So today we will be discussing on integrating large language models with knowledge graphs for better reasoning. So we will explore how can we significantly improve the reasoning abilities of LLM by integrating with knowledge graphs. So though LLMs are very good at generating natural language, they often struggle with accuracy. So by connecting them to a structured knowledge graph, we can create grounded and reliable intelligence. So moving forward, we would see what are the different challenges and limitations does an LLM have. So pure LLMs face several challenges when they are used in a real world. So they sometimes hallucinate and they invent their own information. So the training data becomes outdated, so which create these knowledge gaps. So they also struggle with multi-hop reasoning, which means questions requiring multiple relation steps. So, crucially, they cannot verify facts at the end. So they don't always understand complex relationships across entities. So by augmenting them with a knowledge graph, studies have shown that 83% improvement on reasoning tasks can be seen. So we now got to know, integrating with knowledge graphs, what are the advantages. Now let's see what are knowledge graphs. So knowledge graphs are nothing but they're a structured representation of information. So they consist of entities like people, drugs, products, and the relationships between them. So let's say, for example, the example here. So drug X interacts with drug Y. So instead of strong isolated facts, a knowledge graph connects information in a way that so it can be queried, reasoned, and validated. So examples include, Google's knowledge graphs, Wikidata. So this structures allows us to ground responses in very verifiable truth manner. So these are knowledge graphs. Now let's see what are the different three integration approaches. So these are the main three ways where large language models and knowledge graphs can work together. So the first is known as KG enhanced LLMs. So where the model will use graph information to ground predictions, improving accuracy, and understanding the entities also. Second will be LLMs for KGs. So this is where the model will help build the graph itself and it will extract entities and relationships and it will also predict missing links in them. So the third is known as hybrid approaches like graph RAG system. So where both systems collaborate simultaneously. So the knowledge graph verifies the model's output while the LLMs interprets natural language queries and they will translate them into graph queries. So that is how it works in a hybrid model. Now let's see in depth how this graph rack works. So let's say the user asks the natural language a question. So then the LLM will extract key entities and then convert the question into graph query. So the knowledge graph will return the relevant facts and relations. So context enrichment. So this model enriches that context using this structured data. And fifth, LLM generation. This LLM will generate a response grounded in these facts. So finally, the answer it would return with the sources. So this approach combines the flexibility of language models with the precision and reliability of structured knowledge. So this is how a graph rack works. Now let's see what are the benefits and key takeaways for integrating LLMs with knowledge graphs. So by integrating LLMs with knowledge graphs, so we get some of the major benefits. So responses become more accurate, hallucinations will reduce, and complex multi-hop reasoning also will improve. So because knowledge graphs can be updated without retraining, they provide more current information. So the answers can be traced back to source facts, improving explainability. So which is very critical in domains like healthcare and finance. So overall, this integration leads to better decision making, which grounds in reliable and structured data. So in summary, I would say that knowledge graphs acts as the actual factual backbone for large language models. And when combined together, they create a smarter and more trustworthy reasoning system for enterprise and critical applications. Thank you. If you liked the video, please share, subscribe, and like the video, and stay tuned for the next interesting topic coming on the next video. Thank you.